Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carolyn and this is my channel Carolyn Stitches, a Flosstube channel about cross stitch. To all my subscribers who are returning, thank you so much for coming back, and if you are new to my channel, thank you, welcome. I hope you enjoy my journey on cross stitch, and if you will like below and hit the subscribe button so you'll be aware of when I have future videos. It's been a quiet week. I'm on day whatever of stay-at-home quarantine. State of Florida is slowly opening up. My county, Palm Beach County, just received notice yesterday from the governor that we're going to slowly start opening phase 1 on Monday. Not much is going to change for me. I'm still not really going to go out. Still teleworking from home for probably a few more weeks because Broward County, where my office is still under stay-at-home orders. So not much changed, just staying home, stitching, watching a lot of TV. Discovered Letterkenny on Hulu recently, and that is hilarious. It's a Canadian comedy thing. So funny. I'm cracking up. We've been binge watching that and all the little one-liners. I'm just trying to remember because it just has me laughing. Not much else going on, just staying home, working, and stitching. Not too much stitching this past week. I had some days where I wasn't feeling up to stitching, but I'll get into that when we do the video. I did have a long weekend last weekend, took some PTO days from work, did a little finishing, so we'll start with that. On a prior video I showed the I think they're Heart in Hand or Hands on Design, the Bird in the Hand series. I showed on a prior video. I had finished them on mat board and I was working on the cording, so I got the rest of the cording done on them. This is the summer one, and I showed that in a prior video with the cording done. This was the one I didn't twisted the cording as much, so I didn't care for it, but I left it. But I did get the rest of them finished. This is autumn, and I got that cording finished. Halloween, the cording done. I know I've showed these before in a prior video, but here they are finished with their cording. And Thanksgiving, Christmas, winter, and Valentine's. I followed Vanna's tutorial on making the cording, and I like the way she finishes it off into the corner with, you know, just letting the tassels drop. It's an easy way to finish it. I do have a little frame that these will just clip in and out of each season that I'll replace them. So I got those done. I did get a prior whip finished, which is the Mill Hill Holiday Flamingo. All I had to do was do the beading on these legs. Oops. And I did that. It was almost a one-legged flamingo because this beading was a little bit of a headache to get it started, get the floss through, but I managed to get the one leg done, and then it was a little easier to get the second leg done. But like I said, he was almost a one-legged flamingo. So he's finished, and I just put a little cardstock on the back of him to hide the stitching. So that's all done and ready for my Christmas tree this year. I also pulled out another old finish from the drawer of finishes. I think we all have that, a drawer of projects we finished stitching and then we just haven't fully finished them. I pulled this one out and I sewed all the buttons on. And this one is Peter Cotton Knits by Raise the Roof Designs. I stitched this one, I think I finished stitching it last year, at the beginning of last year, 2019. And I stitched it on 28 count Lugana in Aine by Under the Sea Fabrics. I'll put the information below. But I had it stitched and all I needed to do was sew on the buttons. So I spent some time and sewed on all the little buttons. When I bought the buttons, I did get the wrong button for the carrot, but I went with it. I don't care. And I think the button for the ladybug here is probably a larger button than was called for. But it's done now. It's got all the buttons. I just got to figure out how I'm going to finish it. I do have all of the little laundry line series by Raise the Roof Designs. I don't know if I'm going to wait till I get them all stitched and then finish something where I can change them out, or if I'm going to get it framed or what. Not quite sure yet. But this is Peter Cotton Knits with the buttons sewn on. And I did work on, when I had my time off, some prior finishes that I had completed. They are Lizzie Kate Santas, and I had this idea, been having this idea of incorporating them into a quilt. And while I was on my time off and had the nice long weekend, I did a little quilting, and I've incorporated them into quilt blocks. So I have 12 of these little Santas finished, stitched. So I've stitched them into a quilt block. I interfaced the stitching to just give it a little more body. And then I just got a sawtooth star quilt block. So all the Santas will be in a sawtooth star quilt block. And then I'll figure out the rest of the setting for the quilt. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go on how I want to do the layout of the quilt. But I figured let me get the blocks done first. So these are all little Lizzie Kate Santas that I stitched. 2018, I think, is when I stitched these. And they turned out bigger than I thought. They're all stitched on just random pieces of fabric that I had in my stash. And they all came out larger than I thought. This center square of this block is a 6-inch square. So to me, they were a little too large for ornaments, and I didn't want to have a bunch of little, you know, framed Santas everywhere, or they even seemed a little big for pillows. So I thought the quilt here was a good idea for finishing, and I just need to finish it up. So I have 6 of them completed in their little stars. And then I have the other 6 in various stages of being sewn. So maybe Memorial Day weekend, when it's a nice long weekend, I'll work on getting all this done. If anyone's interested in maybe seeing a little bit of the process of how I do this, just comment below and I'll be happy to put together like a little video showing something. Just mention it below. So there's that I was working on. And I did have a finish this week. In a prior video, I was working on Reindeer Xmas by AuryTM. And I think I had 2 of the Quakers done, 2 or 3 of the Quaker motifs, most of the train, the deer, and I just had to do the tree, another motif, and finish the word Christmas. So I finished that about a week ago, right before Maynia. And it's on 32 count Pampas by Picture This Plus. Just make sure I get it into the picture here because I can't see. So this is Reindeer Xmas by AuryTM on 32 count Pampas linen by Picture This Plus. It's really good size. It came out a little bigger than I was expecting, but I think he's really cute. He's got a Quaker design in his tush. The colors are very vibrant. So the deer has got himself tangled in the Christmas ornament lights off the tree. He's tipped over some of the train. And there's the tree. So, Reindeer Xmas. And I had a few days before Stitch Mania started, and after I finished Reindeer Xmas, I brought out Frosty's Night Out by Blackbird Designs, and I worked on that for about 2 days before the end of April, maybe April 30th, May 1st, something like that. I worked on this for two or 3 days. And I worked on it earlier this week when it was knit night with my friends on our online Zoom for knit night. I was working on Frosty's Night Out. This is the progress I made on it before I put it away. It's on 32 count Belfast Fall Dragonfly by Aire fabrics. So I did make a fair bit of progress on the snowman, and then this past Thursday night I started working on his boots. So I got the thread here. The Zoom meeting cut us off and I wasn't done stitching, but I left it. So yeah, I gotta finish his boots and his hat and his broom, and then do all the little snowflakes around him. So this is Frosty's Night Out. I love this fabric, this new, I don't know if they're new, but they're new to me, Aire fabrics. Their fabrics are really pretty. Let's see if this helps a little. Frosty's Night Out. And I did have my Maynia start last Saturday. I started my first Maynia project, which is the Great Cheshire Pumpkin by Tempting Tangles. And I started this last Saturday. It is on 28 count linen, Dapple by Picture This Plus. Last weekend, last Saturday and Sunday, I got this area here, all the back stitching with the angry little pumpkin, the window, the second floor done. And then I started to work on this side of the house. I didn't stitch on this much during the week. I stopped and started my next project, what I'll show, and then like last night I didn't stitch at all. I wasn't feeling it. So I think all in all I maybe stitched Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days on this. Maybe three and a half days stitching time was devoted to it. Most of it was done on Saturday and Sunday to get this done, and then this was Monday and maybe a little Thursday night I stitched on it. So this is the Great Cheshire Pumpkin by Tempting Tangles. I'm going to set it aside and start my next Maynia start will be today. My next one. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when I put the Great Cheshire Pumpkin aside, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I started the new Barbara Anna Halloween Mystery Spellville, and this is as far as I got on it. I stitched it on 32 count cauldron linen, Picture This Plus. I still need to finish the head of the key. I'll insert a picture here. Be a good place. Insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So I need to finish the head of the key, and there's some little things with leaves and back stitching that need to be added. But I wanted to get a start on this. It's the mystery Halloween Mystery Stitch Along. It started May 1st. I think the next clue comes out June 1st. You can get it, you can buy the pattern. You can sign up for the Stitch Along, buy the pattern, I think on Creative Poppy is where I got it. So that was my start on that. That's everything. My plans are to start my next Stitch Mania project, which is Stitcher's Code by stitchandly.com. I will insert a picture here of what the finished project looks like. I'm going to start that tonight. I just wanted to do a quick video, give my updates, because I gotta get this uploaded online. A friend is getting married this afternoon, and it's a Zoom wedding. She didn't want to postpone her wedding because of everything, so I have a friend getting married this afternoon, and I want to get everything done in time to get logged online and watch her wedding. So no haul. I'm not gonna get in the haul. Don't really have much anything, and it's just a short, quick video. If If you have any ideas or anything you'd like to see, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to hear your ideas of what you may like to see in a video, or what you might want, excuse me, if I can talk, might want me to show. If you want to do a dive of kitted projects, a little bit of a stash dive, fabric dive, let me know. If you're interested in seeing some of the process on how I make the quilt blocks, I'll be happy to show that. But no, the plans are mostly I'm gonna stitch on my next Stitch Mania. Hopefully I'll be a little more focused and focus on that more of the week and get more than just 2 or 3 days stitching in it. And then maybe I'll try to sneak in a day to work on Spellville. So that's all I have for you today. Short, quick video. Everyone just stay healthy, stay safe, keep stitching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.